Welcome back for another deep dive. So today, we're looking at this massive new airport they're building in India,
Oh, yeah.
the Jewar International Airport. It's set to be the biggest in all of Asia, and we were just kind of fascinated by how something that huge impacts a whole region.
Yeah.
So we've got articles, expert opinions, kind of the whole shebang here.
Yeah.
And trust me, you might be a little surprised by what we've.
I think what I find fascinating about these projects is we often just talk about how big they are, but the real story is like the ripple effects.
Yeah.
The unexpected changes they set in motion.
Exactly. Okay, so first things first. Jewar Airport itself. It's located in the Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority region of Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
YEIDA for short.
Right.
And this project, it's shattering records like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for one, it's a greenfield project,
Oh, wow.
which means they're building it from absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yeah, in an undeveloped area. And when
Yeah.
it's done, it'll have 6 runways.
6.
And be able to handle something like 225 million passengers.
That's hard to even picture, 6 runways.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more, right?
Oh, there's always more.
During development, Jewar Airport managed to secure 100% foreign direct investment. That's basically companies from other countries saying, we believe in this and we're going to put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah, major vote of confidence.
Totally. And they've hit a record-breaking revenue of about Rs 400 per passenger, which is a first for India.
You know, that revenue model's interesting.
Yeah.
It says to me, they're not just betting on passenger traffic. They're creating a diversified revenue stream through, like, non-aeronautical activities.
Okay.
It's a smart way to make sure it's financially sustainable.
I never even thought about airports making money from things other than just people flying.
Right.
Like, what else are they doing?
Well, think about it. All those shops, restaurants, services you find in an airport,
Yeah.
Jewar's probably planning to, like, max those out.
Okay.
So it's less reliant on passenger numbers, which can be up and down.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. It's like they're creating a mini city within the airport itself.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we've got massive size, interesting ways of making money. What else makes Jewar special?
Well, they're multimodal connectivity plans.
Okay.
Those are incredibly ambitious.
So we're not just talking planes here.
Nope. Picture this. You arrive at the airport and go down to this underground ground transportation center,
What's it?
or GTC.
Okay.
From there, you can hop on a rapid rail line, metro, bullet train, bus, tram, whatever you need.
It's like a travel hub.
Exactly. Seamless connectivity.
But what does all that connectivity actually mean for people? Like for me, if I wanted to visit or do business there, what would that look like?
Well, for starters, getting to and from the airport is super easy.
Right.
But the real game changer is how this connects Jewar to the rest of India.
Oh, okay.
They've got a dedicated freight corridor linking it to major cities like Amritsar,
Wow.
Kolkata, and even connecting to the Delhi-Mumbai railway line.
It sounds huge.
It is. This network is made to move both people and goods quickly across the country.
So Jewar's like a central hub, like a spider web with connections shooting out everywhere?
Exactly.
That's got to have a huge impact on businesses, right?
Absolutely. This level of connectivity can reshape the whole region's logistics.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just getting people in and out. It's
Right.
streamlining the flow of goods and services, which is huge for business. But it raises a question. How will all this development impact the area around it and its economy?
That's what I was thinking. It's one thing to build a fancy airport, but how do people actually benefit?
Right. That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
They're developing specialized industrial clusters
Okay.
all around the airport,
Oh, wow.
creating a whole ecosystem for businesses to thrive.
Break that down for me. What kind of clusters are we talking?
Think apparel manufacturing, handicraft centers, MSME parks.
Hold on. What's an MSME?
That stands for micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Okay.
Basically, it's a way to support smaller businesses, which are vital for job creation and economic growth.
So it's not just about attracting big companies. They're thinking about the smaller businesses, too.
Exactly. And then you've got data centers, semiconductor manufacturing, even toy and electronic manufacturing parks,
Wow, that's quite a mix.
all strategically located near the airport to
Mhm.
capitalize on that amazing connectivity we talked about.
But with all these businesses popping up, won't that put a strain on things like water and electricity?
That's a valid concern, and it's something the developers seem to have planned for.
Okay.
They've designed a really strong water supply system,
Really?
utilizing reservoirs and dedicated channels from Mathura,
Wow.
making sure there's enough water for both the airport and those industrial areas.
So they're not just hoping for the best, they're actually planning ahead for that increased demand.
Right. And they're taking a similar approach with electricity.
Oh,
To
interesting.
set up a solid energy infrastructure, including various substations and a capacity of, get this, 5,000 megawatts.
5,000. That's a lot.
It is. It should meet the energy demands of the airport and surrounding industries for the next 70 years and beyond.
That's impressive. They're really thinking long term.
Definitely.
But let's zoom out for a second and talk about this project's global impact.
Okay.
I read they're developing Japanese, Korean, even US-backed clusters in the YEIDA region.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that?
I think it's a sign that Jewar isn't just a local development. It's attracting major international attention and investment.
Right.
And the numbers prove it.
Yeah.
We're talking about commitments of Rs 12,000 crores from U.S. firms.
Gosh.
And get this, Rs 25,000 crores each from Japanese and Korean companies.
Those are some serious figures. It sounds like they're not just building an airport, they're building a global economic hub.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
But all of this is just like the plan on paper.
Right.
What really matters is how it translates into real-world experiences. And for that, we need to hear from the people who have actually invested in this vision.
Absolutely. We need to hear their stories.
Yeah, and we've got some fascinating insights from people like Shekhar Agarwal.
Okay.
He's the director of Surya Foods and Agro Ltd. And Suresh Goel,
Right.
CEO of Bikanerwala Foods PVT Ltd. They've both had positive experiences investing in the YEI region.
What's interesting is their stories aren't just about money, but about the supportive environment they found there.
Right.
They both specifically mentioned the unwavering support from the Uttar Pradesh government,
Yeah.
the Yamuna Expressway Authority, and...
Hold on, let's hear more about their experiences in part 2.
Sounds good.
For now, what stands out to you about this Jewar Airport project? Is it the sheer scale, the connections, or the potential economic impact?
Or maybe it's the commitment to sustainability, both in terms of resources and long-term economic growth.
We'll dive deeper into the human side of this story next. Stay tuned.
It's amazing how Jewar Airport's already attracting all these businesses looking to grow.
Yeah, you're right. And it's not just hype either. Like, take Shekhar Agarwal's story.
Okay.
He's the director of Surya Foods and Agro Ltd.
Got it.
And he was initially drawn to invest in the region because of the improved law and order situation.
Makes sense.
But what really sealed the deal was the proactive support from the government
Oh, interesting.
and the really efficient infrastructure,
Okay.
especially the Yamuna Expressway.
I think it's fascinating that he specifically called out that unwavering support
Yeah.
from both the Uttar Pradesh government and the Yamuna Expressway Authority.
Right.
It really shows that collaborative effort to create an environment that's like truly investor friendly.
It sounds like they're really rolling out the red carpet for businesses.
Absolutely. And he was particularly impressed with Dr. Arun Veer Singh,
Oh, yeah.
the CEO of YEIDA and NIL.
Okay.
He credits Dr. Singh's personal commitment and quick action for making the whole investment process smooth.
It's really inspiring to hear about leaders who are so personally invested in attracting businesses and creating growth.
It makes a world of difference. Agarwal's story really shows how these projects, like Jewar Airport, can be transformative, and not just in terms of infrastructure, but in creating that whole ecosystem that encourages growth and opportunity.
So one investor down, many more to go, right? What about Suresh Goel?
Oh, yeah. He's got a great story, too.
He's the CEO of Bikanerwala Foods PVT Ltd. And he also had a great experience investing in the YEIDA region.
I remember that one.
His company went from having just one production facility to 7 whole manufacturing plants.
Wow.
Including their biggest one along the Yamuna Expressway.
That's impressive.
That's quite a journey.
What struck me about his account was how much he talked about the well-planned infrastructure and utility services.
Right.
He was really blown away by the whole Yamuna Expressway project, which includes industrial zones, logistics, warehousing, a dry port, customs facilities.
It's like they've thought of everything a business would need.
Exactly. It's like a one-stop shop.
And he even mentioned the upcoming film City.
Oh, right.
Which just adds another layer of economic potential to the whole region.
Definitely. His experience with Dr. Arun Veer Singh also says a lot about how proactive and efficient the governance is in that region. Goel specifically highlighted Dr. Singh's hands-on approach, his open-door policy,
Mm.
and that unwavering commitment to industrial development.
You know, it's really refreshing to hear about leaders who are actually accessible
Yeah.
and responsive to the needs of businesses.
Right.
And the results really speak for themselves.
They do.
Goal was able to finish his company's expansion project in just 2 years,
Wow, that's fast.
thanks in part to Dr. Singh's support.
That kind of efficiency is key for attracting investors,
Totally
both
agree.
from India and overseas.
Yeah, and Goal even thinks the Yamuna Expressway will become one of India's top industrial and commercial hubs in the future.
That's a bold prediction.
It is, but it really shows the transformative power of well-executed infrastructure projects.
It really does.
So we've heard from experts, we've seen the plans,
Yeah.
and we've heard firsthand from successful investors.
Right.
It's becoming clear that the Jewar Airport project is way more than just a transportation hub. It's like a catalyst for economic growth,
Definitely.
a model for sustainable development,
Absolutely.
and just a testament to the power of vision and collaboration.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But let's not forget about the human side of all this.
Oh, of course.
Thousands of jobs are being created, new industries are popping up, and the
Right.
lives of so many people are being positively impacted by this project.
It's a good reminder that behind all the statistics and the grand plans,
Yeah.
there are real people whose lives are changing because of these developments.
Right. It's about empowering people, building communities, and creating a better future. It's like they're
Yes.
building a future brick by brick, runway by runway.
I like that.
And it's not just about the physical buildings.
Right.
It's about the opportunities they create, the connections, and those ripple effects.
Right. Yeah, the ripple effects that go way beyond the airport itself.
Before we wrap up this whole deep dive, let's take a minute to reflect on what we've learned.
Sounds good.
What are your key takeaways from these personal stories? Do they resonate with how you understand development and progress? We'll be back in a moment to sum up our findings and leave you with some food for thought. Okay, so we've really gone deep on this Jewar Airport project.
We have.
We started by talking about its size, the
Yep.
largest in Asia.
Hard to grasp, really.
6 runways, capacity for 225 million passengers.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah, it is pretty mind-blowing, but as we dug in, it became clear it's so much more than just size, right?
Absolutely. It's like, well, you know that saying about peeling back the layers of an onion?
Yeah.
With each layer, you find more complexity, more interconnectedness.
Exactly. We talked about the amazing connectivity plans, turning Jewar into a hub with rapid rail, metro, bullet trains, you name it.
Like that spiderweb of connections, again, linking people and goods all across India.
Super efficiently, too.
And that connectivity really is the backbone of this whole economic transformation we're seeing.
Right, right.
All those specialized industrial clusters around the airport,
Yeah.
creating that dynamic ecosystem for businesses.
Big and small.
We're talking apparel, handicrafts, data centers, semiconductor fabs, the whole gamut,
It really is like they're building a whole mini city there.
a melting pot of industries.
All thriving because of the airport's location and connections.
Exactly.
And the potential for jobs is just massive.
Oh, yeah.
9 lakh direct jobs, they
And
spent.
possibly 4 or 5 times that indirectly.
That's a huge boost for the economy.
No doubt.
But I keep coming back to the environmental impact of all this.
Right. Of course.
It's great to have growth, but not if it's unsustainable.
Totally agree. And that seems to be something they've considered carefully.
Yeah.
Remember that robust water and electricity infrastructure we talked about?
Yeah, with the reservoirs, the dedicated channels for water.
And the 5,000 megawatt power capacity?
Right. They're not just crossing their fingers and hoping for the best.
Nope. They're actively planning for the future.
Making sure they can meet the needs of this, booming economic hub sustainably.
Building for the long term, which is a really good sign.
It is.
And it's not just local businesses that are noticing.
Yeah, we talked about all the international interest in the project.
The Japanese, Korean, U.S.-backed clusters.
It's like Jewar's putting Uttar Pradesh on the map
As a global
for
destination,
business and collaboration.
bringing in serious investment too.
Millions of rupees from all over the world.
A real vote of confidence.
But for me, what really hit home were those personal stories.
Oh yeah, like Shikhar Agarwal and Suresh Goel
Exactly.
sharing their positive experiences.
It really humanizes this massive project,
It does.
highlights the real impact it's having on people.
It's one thing to look at plans and statistics,
Right.
but hearing those firsthand accounts,
About how it's creating opportunities
streamlining processes,
and fostering that supportive business environment.
it brings it all to life.
It really does. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Jewar Airport,
Yeah.
I'm left with a feeling of, I don't know, awe and excitement.
It's pretty impressive.
It's a testament to what humans can do, you know?
To our ambition and ingenuity.
It gives us a glimpse into a future where infrastructure isn't just about concrete and steel.
Right.
It's about connecting people, fostering growth, and building a more sustainable world.
I think it leaves us with a final question to think about.
What's that?
Considering the scale of this project,
Yeah.
what other ripple effects might we see?
Like in terms of technology, sustainability, maybe even cultural exchange?
Exactly. What does this kind of development mean for the future, not just for India, but for the whole world?
Right.
That's something to ponder as you continue to explore this fascinating world.
Of mega infrastructure projects and their impact.
And on that note, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.